Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to Moonveil Tarot. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so before I get into the cards, I want to ask you something, and I want you to really sit with it for a second. Is there someone from your past who still crosses your mind? Not all the time, maybe, but enough? Someone whose name still carries weight, someone you have thought about more than you would like to admit, someone who you have maybe tried to move on from and mostly succeeded, but every now and then something reminds you of them and it all comes back and you find yourself wondering, what if? What happened? What could have been different? If someone came to mind just now, stay with this reading because what the cards have to say today is directly about them and about what is moving right now in the space between you. And what I can tell you before I pull a single card is that the energy that came through when I was shuffling was not nostalgic. It was not wistful. It was determined, like someone who has made a decision and is moving toward it. And that energy is pointed directly at you. So take a deep breath with me, get really comfortable, and let's get into this because there is a lot to cover. Okay, I am starting with an oracle card today, just to capture the overall energy of this whole situation before we go into the tarot. Second chances are sacred. Second chances are sacred. Oh, yes. Yes, they are. And this oracle card right at the beginning is the universe setting the tone for everything that follows, because a second chance is not the same as a first chance, not even close. A first chance is innocent. It does not know what it is yet. It does not know what it could become, but a second chance knows it has the weight of everything that happened before, the lessons, the loss, the understanding of what was there and what it felt like to not have it. And that knowledge makes a second chance so much more intentional, so much more serious than anything that came before. And the word sacred in this card is not casual. The universe does not call things sacred lightly. And what this oracle is saying is that what is moving right now between you and this person is being treated by the divine with a very specific kind of care, like it is being handled gently and deliberately and with full awareness of how significant it is. Okay, now let me pull the first tarot card, and I want to start from their side. I want to show you what has been happening with them, what shifted, what changed, what made them decide that coming back was worth the risk. The Death card, and right next to it, the Fool. Okay, the Death card and the Fool together for what has been happening with them. This is such a powerful combination. Let me really unpack this. The Death card first. And I know every time this card comes up, people take a breath, but please hear me. The Death card in tarot is almost never about literal death. It is about the ending of something old, the shedding of a skin, the closing of a chapter, so that something completely new can begin. And what this card is telling me about this person is that they have gone through something significant since you were last in each other's lives, something that changed them fundamentally. Maybe it was a loss. Maybe it was a relationship that did not work out. Maybe it was a career change or a health scare, or just the accumulation of time and experience and getting older and realizing what actually matters, but something in them has died. The part of them that was not ready, the part that was still running from things, the part that was avoiding vulnerability, that part has been shed. And what is left is someone who has been genuinely transformed. And then the Fool, oh, the Fool, which is the card of new beginnings, of stepping off the cliff, of saying, I do not know exactly how this is going to go, but I am going anyway. And the fool is not reckless. The fool is brave. There is a difference because the fool has a little bag on a stick and a little dog at his heels, and he is stepping into the unknown with this energy of, I trust that it is going to be okay. I trust that the universe will catch me. And what the fool in this position is telling me is that this person is about to take a leap toward you, knowing it might not work, knowing they might be too late, knowing you might have moved on, and choosing to leap anyway because the alternative of never trying feels worse than any possible rejection. Okay, let me pull a playing card now for the core feeling they are carrying about you as they prepare to come back. The Ace of Hearts. Oh, the Ace of Hearts. In playing card readings, the Ace of Hearts is the most powerful love card in the entire deck. It is pure, it is fresh, it is the very beginning of something, the seed of love, just before it has fully bloomed, but already deeply rooted. And what this card is telling me about what they are carrying toward you is that their feelings are not complicated. They are not confused. They are not mixed. They are clear and clean and real, like something has been distilled through everything they went through, and what is left at the bottom of the cup is just pure, uncomplicated. I care about this person and I want to try again. Okay, now let me pull a card for what specifically made them decide to come back now. Like, what was the catalyst? What was the thing that tipped them from I miss them to I am going to do something about it? The Tower, the Star, and the Judgment card. Okay, so the Tower, the Star, and Judgment as the catalyst for why they are coming back now. This is extraordinary. Let me walk through all three. The Tower first, which is the sudden shakeup card. And what this is showing me is that something happened, something that came out of nowhere that rattled their world in a way they did not see coming. And in the aftermath of that shakeup, priorities became very clear, very fast. Like when the tower hits, when things fall apart unexpectedly, you very quickly discover what actually matters to you and what you are willing to lose and what you are absolutely not willing to lose. And they discovered that you were on the absolutely not willing to lose side of that list. And that realization changed everything. And then the Star, which comes right after the Tower in the major arcana, like we talked about before, the Star is what comes after the collapse. It is healing. It is hope. It is the moment where you look at the rubble of what fell apart and you think, okay, what do I actually want? What do I actually need? What would actually make my life feel full? And they went through that process. And one of the answers that kept coming up was you over and over. You. And then the Judgment card, which is the Awakening card, the Resurrection card, the card of hearing a call that you cannot ignore anymore. And what Judgment in this position is telling me is that this person had a moment, a very specific moment, maybe a dream, maybe a random memory, maybe seeing something that reminded them of you, maybe just a quiet Tuesday morning where everything went still and they heard something loud and clear in their spirit that said, go back, try again. It is not too late. And they could not ignore it. And they are not going to, okay, now let me look at what is different this time, because I think this is the most important question. Like, what has actually changed? What makes this time different from before? Because some of you are probably thinking, okay, but I have heard this before. They come back and then the same patterns play out. And I just want the cards to show me what is genuinely different now. The Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Hierophant. Okay, so these three cards together, for what is actually different this time, let me really sit with this because I think it is going to be reassuring. The Knight of Pentacles first, which is the most steady, reliable, consistent energy in the entire court card system. This is not the flashy knight. This is not the knight who sweeps in dramatically and disappears just as fast. The Knight of Pentacles is the one who shows up every single day, who follows through, who does what they say they are going to do, who builds things slowly and carefully and does not walk away from them. And what this card in this position is telling me is that the energy they are bringing back is this: it is steady, it is committed, it is in it for the long haul. This is not a fly-by-night comeback. This is not a boredom reach out. This is someone who has decided, and when the Knight of Pentacles decides, they do not undecide. And then the Six of Swords, which is the transition card, the card of leaving troubled waters and moving toward calmer ones. And what this card is showing me is that they have genuinely left some things behind, things that were getting in the way before, behaviors, patterns, situations, people maybe that were not good for them or for the possibility of you and the crossing they have done. The Six of Swords journey has been real. It has not been easy, but they have done it, and they are arriving on calmer shores in a better place with a clearer head and a more open heart. And then the Hierophant, which is the sacred commitment card, the this is serious card, the I am not playing around card. And the Hierophant in this position, for what is different this time, is telling me that what they want is not casual. It was never casual, but before they were not ready to commit to that. And now they are, like, they want the real thing, the official thing, the chosen each other in front of the universe kind of thing. And that readiness that they did not have before is the thing that makes this time genuinely different. Okay, now let me come back to you because this reading is for you, and I want to look at where you are emotionally right now and how you are going to receive this when it comes. Three cards for your energy right now: the High Priestess, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so these three together for where you are, this is so interesting. The High Priestess, which we know is the deep intuition card, the inner knowing card. And what this is telling me is that you already know on some level that something is moving. Like, there has probably been this feeling lately of someone being in your energy, of thinking about this person more than usual for no obvious reason, of having a sense of something is about to happen. And your High Priestess intuition is picking up on the exact energy that this reading is confirming. You already know, you just needed the cards to say it out loud. And then the Four of Cups, which shows someone sitting quietly, withdrawn, a little guarded, and there is a cup being offered to them, but they are not looking at it. And I want to be honest about what this card is showing me about where you are, because I think it is real. You have been a little closed off, not in a bad way, but in a protective way. Like, you have been through enough to know better than to just open up immediately to someone who has hurt you before. And there is wisdom in that, genuine wisdom. But the Four of Cups is also a gentle nudge to look up, to notice what is being offered, to not be so protected that you miss something real when it is standing right in front of you. And then the Ace of Wands, which is that spark of new fire, new passion, new energy. And this card is telling me that there is something in you that is ready, even if the rest of you has not fully admitted it yet. There is a spark, a curiosity, a what if that is alive in you about this person, about this possibility. And that spark is going to get easier to feel as they get closer. Okay, now let me pull the main spread. 5 cards, one for how they come back, one for what they say, one for what you feel, one for what happens between you, and one for where this goes. Pulling these now. The Knight of Cups, the Hierophant reversed, the Star, the Two of Cups, and the World. Okay, wow. The Knight of Cups, the Hierophant reversed, the Star, the Two of Cups, and the World. Let me walk through every single one of these. The Knight of Cups for how they come back. Oh, this is so beautiful. The Knight of Cups is the romantic, the one who shows up with his heart on his sleeve, the one who says the thing even when it is scary, even when he does not know how it will land. And what this card is telling me about how they come back is with feeling like they are not going to be casual about this. They are not going to slide into your DMs like nothing happened. There is going to be an emotional quality to how they reach out, a tenderness, a vulnerability that you have maybe not seen from them before or have not seen in a very long time. And it is going to feel different because it is different. And then the Hierophant reversed for what they say, which we know is the break the convention card, the say the unexpected thing card. And what this is telling me about what they actually say is that it is going to be honest in a way that surprises you. Like they are going to say things that they have never said, that they have been holding on to, that go against their usual way of handling things. And it might come out a little imperfectly, a little stumbling, because saying true things is harder than saying polished things, but you will feel the truth in it, and that is what matters. And then the star for what you feel when it happens, and the star is hope, quiet, warm, cautious hope, returning like a light coming back on in a room that has been dark for a while. And I think some of you are going to be surprised by how much you feel when this person reaches out. Like you thought you were over it, you thought you had moved on, and then their name appears and something in you that you thought was closed opens just a little, and the star energy is gentle with that. It does not demand anything from you. It just illuminates what is already there. And then the Two of Cups for what happens between you, the soul connection card, the mutual recognition card. And what this is showing me is that when you two are actually in contact again, there is going to be this undeniable feeling of rightness, of familiarity, of two people who know each other in a way that time and distance did not manage to erase. And I think that is going to be both beautiful and a little disorienting, because it is going to feel like, oh, this is still here. This did not go anywhere. And now what do we do with that? And then the World as where this goes. Oh, the World, the completion card, the arrival card, the everything coming together card. And this is sitting as the outcome of this whole situation, which means that if both of you show up honestly, if both of you bring the versions of yourselves that have grown through everything, what you build together is complete. It is whole. It is the kind of love that makes the story make sense, that makes you understand why it had to go the way it did before it could become what it is meant to be. Okay, let me pull some tea leaf cards now. The first tea leaf card is two paths merging. Two paths merging. which is exactly what it sounds like. Two separate journeys that have been running parallel, sometimes close, sometimes far apart, are coming together. And what this card is showing me is that the timing of this return is not accidental. Both of you have been on your own individual journeys, growing, healing, becoming, and those journeys are converging right now at a point where both of you are finally ready for what this connection can actually be. The next tea leaf card is Ring. The ring card again, and in this reading, in this context, the ring is so significant because the ring represents commitment, a circle with no beginning and no end, something that does not break. And what this card in this reading is saying is that the intention they are bringing back is not a let us see what happens intention. It is a I want something that lasts intention. Like they have thought about this enough to know that what they want is not a situationship, not a maybe, not a let us just hang out and see. They want the ring, they want the commitment, they want the forever version of what you could be. The next tea leaf card is Letter. The letter card, which means a message is coming, a real one, direct, intentional, specifically for you. And what this card is showing me is that the contact, the actual reaching out is very close. Like it is not in the distant future, it is imminent, and it might come in an unexpected form. It might be longer than you expect, more thoughtful than you expect. Like they took real time to figure out what they wanted to say because they knew that this time what they said was going to matter. The next tea leaf card is Sunrise. Sunrise. Oh, here it is again. This sunrise. And every time it shows up, I feel the same thing. This warmth, this sense of a new day, genuinely beginning. And in this reading, this sunrise is so fitting because this whole story is a sunrise story. It is the story of a night that felt like it might never end. And then slowly, without you even noticing exactly when it happened, the sky started to lighten. And now the sun is coming up on something new, something real, something that has been purified by everything you both went through to get here. The next tea leaf card is Key. The key, which is the unlocking card, the access card, the something that was closed is now open card. And what this is telling me is that something in you is going to unlock when this person comes back, not in a reckless way, not in a forget everything that happened way, but in a okay, I am going to give this a real honest chance way. And that key, that opening is going to allow something in that could genuinely change your life. And the last tea leaf card is Two Hearts as the final tea leaf card. And I love this so much because after everything we have talked about today, all the complexity, all the history, all the growing and the changing and the coming back, the universe closes the tea leaves with two hearts, just two hearts together. And sometimes the simplest image is the most true. Okay, final messages from your guides, 6 cards, because they have a lot to say. Do not let fear make the decision for you. Do not let fear make the decision for you. And I think this is the most important message in the whole reading, because I know when someone from the past comes back, especially someone who matters, fear shows up loud and it says things like, what if this is the same thing again? What if I get hurt again? What if I open up and they change their mind? What if I was right to walk away? And your guides are not saying ignore those questions. They are valid questions, but they are saying do not let fear be the one who answers them. Let your discernment answer them. Let your wisdom answer them. Let the version of you who has grown through everything make this decision, not the scared version, not the hurt version, but the wise, clear, grounded version of you. The next final card is they did the work. They did the work. And this is such an important confirmation because your guides are not asking you to just take it on faith. They are telling you this person has genuinely done some inner work since you were last together. They have sat with themselves. They have looked at their patterns. They have understood things about themselves that they did not understand before. And while no one is perfectly healed ever, the change is real, it is genuine, and you are going to be able to feel it in how they show up, in how they communicate, in the way they look at you when they come back. The next final card is take your time. Take your time. And your guides are saying this because they know that just because this is real does not mean you have to decide anything immediately. You are allowed to receive this person slowly. You are allowed to watch and see and feel into it before you make any decisions. You are allowed to say, I hear you, I feel this, and I need some time to figure out how I feel. And any version of them who is truly serious this time is going to respect that, is going to give you that time without pressure, without ultimatums, without making you feel like you have to decide right now. So please take the time you need. You have earned that completely. The next final card is this is the version you were waiting for. This is the version you were waiting for. Oh, loves, this is the version you were waiting for. And I needed to say that out loud because I think some of you have been holding a very specific hope about this person, a hope for the version of them that you always knew was in there, the version that was capable of real love, of real commitment, of showing up the way you always deserved. And that version felt just out of reach for a long time. Like you could see it, you could almost touch it, but it was not quite there. And your guides are saying, it is there now. This is the version that all of that was preparing. The next final card is, who deserve this? You deserve this. And I say it simply because sometimes the simplest things are the hardest to believe. You deserve a love that comes back on purpose. You deserve a love that has done the work to be worthy of you. You deserve a second chance that actually feels like a first chance, clean and full of possibility, but backed by everything you have already built together and learned together and survived together. You deserve the world card outcome. You deserve the Two of Cups meeting. You deserve the ring and the sunrise and the two hearts. All of it is for you. And the very last card, say yes when it feels right. Say yes when it feels right. And I love that the universe ended on this because it is not telling you to say yes right away. It is not telling you to say yes no matter what. It is saying when it feels right. Say yes. Trust that feeling. Trust the moment when your gut and your heart and your wisdom all land in the same place and say, okay, this is real, this person is serious, and I want to see where this goes. And in that moment, please say yes, because that moment is the beginning of everything. So just to wrap everything up, the message of this reading is so full and so clear. Someone from your past is coming back, and this time they are serious. They have been through their death card experience, their tower moment, their star healing, their judgment awakening. And what came out the other side is a person carrying the Ace of Hearts for you, coming as the Knight of Cups, steady like the Knight of Pentacles, ready to commit like the Hierophant, and bringing a world card outcome with them. And you are the High Priestess you already know. You are the Ace of Wands. You have a spark ready. You have two hearts waiting in the tea leaves and a key that is about to unlock something extraordinary. This is real. This time is different, and you deserve every beautiful thing that is coming. So take your time, trust your wisdom, let fear step aside, and when it feels right, say yes. I hope this reading brought you so much hope today and so much excitement because loves, this is such a beautiful energy coming toward you, and you deserve to receive it fully and without guilt. If this resonated with you, please, please, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and it helps these messages reach more people who need them. Leave me a comment and tell me who came to mind when you started this reading. Did you know immediately? I always love hearing from you. And if you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell because there is so much more coming and I would love for you to be here for all of it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Take really good care of yourself. Stay open, stay in your worth, and please get ready because what is coming toward you is worth every single thing you went through to get to this moment. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye, loves.